Alrighty. So, yes, this is Skattosans. Figured I'd swing through, make a video at the start of the year, just to kind of set the standard for the year. And I have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans for the year. So I'm pretty scatterbrained. There's a lot to do. I still have to make a syllabus. I still intend on creating a Prezi, which will describe everything. I wouldn't say in detail, but if I present it, it will. Everything is going to revolve around Japan and Kendo. I've drawn up a web that will become a Prezi, which is prezi.com, Prezi.com. Feel free to check it out. It's a great site to use. If it comes down to it, I'm probably, because I know Prezi, nothing about Prezi unless you like get the upgraded version is, I guess, not public. So you'll have to upgrade it if you want it to be, private. If you're posting stuff that you don't want other companies to, steal, I guess. I'm not in a position to worry about that because nothing that I post on there is going to be I'm looking for a word. It's not going to be material that's not shareable. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this next year. A lot of plans, a lot of changes. Not like bad changes, like it's going to be harder. But at the same time, I can't say that it's not going to be harder either, because it's supposed to challenge you. You're not supposed to just skate through life and pretty much be lackadaisical. You know what I mean? So, in a nutshell, I guess I could show you guys this little bad boy, because this is the nutshell. This is what I drew up. Okay, this is the web of awesomeness, and it all surrounds Japan. So in the center you got Japan. The primary things that I'll be utilizing are Kendo, Iaido, and media. So two of them are obviously training. The third, okay, is more for documentation purposes regarding those training events or routine. What I want to do with the media is create kind of like guides. So I want to have still frame photos that we can take, which will be primarily student run. I'll be there to moderate, obviously, but the students will take pictures and video during trainings and guide compilations for future generations, including themselves. They'll get a copy themselves, and it'll depict everything that we do in Kendo at the basic and beginner levels of Kendo and Iaido. Let's see here. I should probably look at this if I want to keep going. So yeah, there's things that we're going to be performing at. Rallies, multicultural night, potentially talent shows. Other things that I'd like to incorporate is Japanese language learning. I have the beginning text via audio of the Pimsleur approach, which students will have access to. I'm going to incorporate sewing, which is a life skill. Everybody should know how to sew on buttons and other things, especially if it's, creating like a bag, that they need for going camping or adding a bag, to a bag or whatever. But we're going to learn how to sew through the creation of shinai bags and ei toe bags. We're also going to create flags and referee flags for like the back of each player, and referee flags for flagging which player got the point. I think we also need a time flag. We're also going to be doing some wood burning, so anything that they get or obtain, they can wood burn into like the saya or whatever, especially for the wooden eidos that we're going to be putting in a request for, and it will give them a sense of ownership and pride and self-worth, as well as learning how to respect quote-unquote their own stuff. I think that if the program does purchase materials that are used by the students, and it carries over to the next year, like say it doesn't break or doesn't get damaged to the point of no return, then the next year, say they graduate and they're no longer there, but we still have the materials, we can add names down the saya via wood burning, and we might even put a year on there. So the weapons that we have with names is going to be like a lineage of individuals who were using them. And I think that in itself goes to show great things. It's just, I think it speaks for itself. Carrying on, I think that the students will enjoy fundraising through the student government, not obviously on our own, because we are a non-profit, for them to understand. So if the students wish to go out of their way to join up with student government and create a student body run club, there will be nothing to stop them from doing what they need to do in order to get what they need to get done, in order to get materials or supplies. One other thing that I'd like to incorporate that I think is really significant is philosophy. I will be incorporating books such as Musashi's Book of Five Rings, Sun Tzu's Art of War, Hagakure, Bruce Lee's Striking Thoughts, Yoji-kun. There's a lot. And I'm probably going to get some sort of an app for like an iPad, and that way the students can check out my own personal books, unless the program decides to purchase them, and they can read them in their own time or during program, and then we will obviously be able to keep track of who's checking them out, which will be linked to their student body ID. What else? I also want to incorporate organization, so like their binders and whatnot. I think that if they understand how to organize, they will be less likely to fail in that area. Go to a class, pull out your binder, you know where something's at, because it's in just this ream of paper. Then you're just shuffling through, you don't really feel motivated, etc., etc. So I wrote it down as AVID, which is something I went to in high school, and it helped me a lot, both as an individual and how to apply it to other things, many other things. I organize things in ways that I didn't in the past. One of the last things that I incorporate, or hope to incorporate, this next year, through the student body, hopefully through the program, is field trips. These field trips would probably be to maybe San Francisco, maybe to, like a Japanese, garden, my dojo out in Rancho Cordova. They have temple grounds there, which is beautiful, on some acreage. But also specifically to the dojo, maybe once or twice a year, to actually get some official training. Obviously, I have to do a lot of footwork, and I have to myself get back into being part of NCKF, the Northern California Kendo Federation. But I know that it's possible. So, yeah. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Which is fun and awesome and has unquenchable potential. So, any of you who are out there either watching this or rooting for me, thank you. But I guess I ask you not to root for me. This isn't mine. It never was mine. It never was anybody's in particular. It's for everyone, not just one person. That's why we call it a team. So, yeah. Thank you all for listening. We're hitting about 11.5 minutes, so it's time to cut it off. Call it a day until I have more information to share. So until then, have fun. Enjoy the stimulation of the mind and inspiration. Get off your hiney. Yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Deuce.